Leafs lose 4-3 to the LA Kings in overtime. Threw the shades on tonight because I thought we were getting a Leafs win, but they lost, so we don't need them. So, whatever. Honestly, though, I would call this an improvement game over the last couple that we've seen. They finally did a lot of the small things that we need to see to sort of get them back to where they're used to playing, which is nice. They showed a lot of patience with the puck tonight, making some good small passes, a lot of aggressiveness on the puck, which was nice to see. They've kind of been floating around the last couple games, so this was nice to see some actual urgency to get things done. And the defensive side of things seems to be a lot tighter tonight, especially with the forwards coming back to help the D. So overall, I think they just kind of blended well together tonight. Still some problems lingering, but again, small steps, small victories. We're getting back to what we're used to seeing. They didn't start the game the way that I thought they would, though. Usually they kind of come out with a jump when their main guys are away. But, first couple minutes, giving up chances left and right, scrambling all over the ice. It doesn't look good, too. Penalty in the first 5 minutes. I don't know why this team seems to love to do that. You can't even really get any momentum in the game whatsoever. And they're taking penalties here. They kill it off though, so that's nice. But honestly, their penalty kill is not nearly good enough to actually have them take penalties that early on in a game, which is tough. But you know what? Again, small victories, right? Bobby McMahon tonight. He's looking good. He's starting to come around in a full kind of role player. And I don't know what it was tonight. He had the Jets on, which was good. Beats a guy down. Breakaway goal. Vibes are up. It's looking good. And the rest of the game, too. He seemed to have a lot of chances, which was nice. Nylander as well. He seemed to be on the ice a lot. So I think those two guys definitely leading the charge tonight. But, still some small things. Like they're just, whenever they get hemmed in their own zone, it just seems to be chaos. And I know they're tired. I know, you're on the ice for a minute and 30 seconds like Nylander was there for a bit. But you have to make the clearing plays when you can. And sometimes you're not getting the puck. I get it. But they just need to do a better job of just ice it. If nothing else, just get it out because they don't. Team cycles it around for a bit and then they get a goal. So that's definitely something they gotta clean up. Second period. The main question that I had going into the second period, because it's been pretty awful for the last little bit, can they actually maintain pressure and have a structured second period where they don't just implode on themselves? And it actually looked pretty good. Couple ups and downs and what it was, but they didn't implode like we've seen them before, which is kind of frustrating. They get a power play 4 minutes in or so, and I was thinking to myself, like, how is this going to look without Matthews on it? And to be honest with you, I hate to say this, but it actually looked a lot better without Matthews on it. Now, obviously, that's just maybe a one-game thing, but it seems like when Matthews is on the power play, which is all the time, they're all just kind of waiting for him to get to an open spot, cycling the puck around, and no one's really doing anything. Tonight, when he's not in the lineup, it seemed like they were whipping the passes around a lot more, even doing some cross seam. They were all, it was like just having 5 average guys on the ice, just actually trying to just take shots and really just use the man advantage. It's 5-on-4. Don't wait for your number one guy to get open. Everyone just pick a spot, pass it around, and just shoot. So that was kind of a breath of fresh air tonight, seeing that. That's something that hasn't really been working in the last little while. So maybe you move Matthews to the second power play. I don't know if it's a hot take or not, but, you got to keep it going the way it is. If it looked as good as it was, and no, they didn't score, keep it going. See how it works. Kings score, Warren Fogle. Kind of a soft one, underneath the glove there. It's not the worst goal, but it's not a good one either. It's kind of a Stolarz-esque goal recently. But, Hildeby was pretty good tonight. Again, he's facing a lot of shots. I don't know why the Leafs are giving up so many shots, even with the structured defense that they're getting better at, and it was better tonight. he just seems to be just, scrambling all over the place for that. And it's not good to see, even though he is making the saves that he needs to make most of the times. It's just too many shots. And when he does give up a goal, it's just, you're worried about him kind of crumbling after that, because that's definitely how he's been in the past, which is frustrating. After that, again, Leafs get stuck in their own zone. Kevin Fiala scores, ties it up, and it's the same problem. Leafs just can't clear. They just get stuck, and as soon as they get stuck in their own zone, a goal is coming. You feel it. They just lose man-to-man coverage, and they just kind of implode, it's a little frustrating to watch like that, because even if you don't have the gas in the tank to just skate around, at least everyone just take a man. It's 5-on-5. Just take your man, block some shots, and again, ice it if you have to. So that's definitely something that they got to work on from there. John Tavares, even though he's an old guy, he seems to be, chugging along pretty good. Scores a second of the game, which is nice. Great pass from Nylander, by the way, too. Start of the third period, one thing I did notice, though, is the shots are 20-8. The Leafs are usually pretty good at getting a lot of shots on net, and tonight was just not it for that. 3 goals on 8 shots. You're not going to win a lot of hockey games on 8 shots. I think it was like 32-15 by the end of the period, or 36-15. So they did get a couple more shots in the third period there, but a lot of missed chances, a lot of efforts that kind of went nowhere, and they did get 3 tonight, which was good, but you're not going to get 3 goals on 8 shots in many other games. So I think they just need to push a little bit more. They had pushed tonight, but maybe that's that Matthews factor coming in tonight, where they just they're a little offensively short on that, but just not good. And in OT, as we all saw, Leafs don't even get possession. Quinton Byfield snipes one in. Hildeby, not much of a chance on that one. Probably could have read it a little bit better, but I don't know. That's how the puck falls sometimes. With the goaltending situation now, I don't know how long Stolarz is going to be out. Hildeby's looked good. I think that he's just facing too many shots. He lets in, I don't want to say a soft one here and there, but he's going to let in some goals. I would not push Wall back as fast as they're trying to. They said, I think Sportsnet panel, Jason Bourne, that they want to start him potentially on Saturday versus Chicago. I don't know if personally I would push him back that fast. I think that you got a good effort tonight from Hildeby. The team looked good. And personally, I would ride it out a little bit longer to just see if this group can kind of get something going. If you switch up the goaltenders and Wall kind of comes in, has a slow start, and that can throw things off the rails even worse than it already is. So my take on it is you leave Hildeby for a bit, get him some more experience, Maybe you have Wall play a game or two, but I wouldn't push him back as fast as they want to, because, yes, he's a good goaltender, but I don't think Wall's going to come in here and save the day. And if he does come in and they're giving up 36 shots a game, you know what? You may just ruin him like that. If he's going to face that many shots, it's too much of a workload for him to come in and do that, in my view. That's just my opinion, but I think they should stick with Hildeby for a little bit longer and see if they can actually build some momentum, maybe get a win or two off it before they throw Wall back in. So we'll see how it goes. But going to keep this one short tonight. Pretty tired. But, better effort from the boys. Looking forward to next game. Chicago, Bedard. Should be a good game. And Chicago has been playing well lately, but I think the Leafs can overpower them and actually finally get a win, because I feel like it's been months since they actually won something. So thanks for tuning in. Hopefully I'll see you next game. Have a good night.